message, and I'm not being brief today just because next week is spring break. I haven't even thought about that. A little, but that's not what this is about. It's also not that I don't want to talk to you. I always do. But the reason why I'm going to keep things brief this week is because I've got work to do. And the work that I have to do is kind of the same work that, well, you have to do or that you've done. I have to work on my chapter for our textbook. So I'm working on the introduction. I hope to get that posted along with a more updated version of the table of contents. If not Thursday today, then hopefully by tomorrow, just to give you a sense of where we are. I'm working on the table of contents. I think it's going to end up being pretty interesting to see where everything fits. A few of you have emailed me ideas, and I don't think I've gotten back to everybody yet. I apologize for that. I will. Don't worry about it. I've liked the ideas that I've read. I don't think I have any real suggestions except keep doing what you're doing. But I will get back to you on that hopefully by the end of the day today too. And what I want you to do is keep working on your chapters. Now, some of you have already posted stuff. That's awesome. Continue to do that. Some of you are working on things. Continue to do that and continue to post your drafts as they go on. As we've talked about, they don't have to be perfect drafts. I don't want them to be. I don't think they need to be fully developed 20 pagers either. Just give us what you've got and we'll give you some feedback. I think it's okay if we're kind of staggering them a bit. I didn't give a set deadline for this because in a way I don't want everybody to just dump everything on us at the same time. I want us to kind of move along so we don't feel overwhelmed. But what I want you to keep doing is giving feedback to each other, give some advice on what you think is going to be helpful, and comment on what you think is working. When we meet up, I expect us to have all read the chapters that have been submitted by that point. The textbook at this stage that we're going to be talking about in class is ours. So I want you to be prepared to have ready the material that we have written so we can talk about this both in terms of the content, what we can learn from it, and how we can help improve it. So I want you to keep working on that. Obviously for our next class, I'll also want you to bring in the nonfiction collection, Best American, so we can talk about that a little bit as well. But I really want us to focus on the materials that we're working on. Like I said, I haven't set a strict deadline. I want to make sure that everybody has gotten a draft of this chapter in some form, maybe by the time that we meet up for our next class. But if you're a little bit behind that, that's fine. We have enough to be able to work with and make comments on. So continue to do that. Also, I'm making this video today to kind of ask for your advice. What's the best way for us to distribute these chapters and this information? Is it what we're doing? I've set up a thread. We can make comments on that now. We can post our chapters. And then when we are at the next stage of drafting, I can set up a new one and we can do it that way. Is that the best way? I know a lot of you are probably more experienced with Canvas than I am. Maybe some of you have teachers that use it in more integrated ways into the classroom than sometimes I do. I'd love to get advice on what works best for you. If this is fine, you can tell me that. But I also want to make sure that I'm doing this in a way that best serves your needs. So if you have comments, please post them below. I'm fine with that. I just want to make sure that we're doing this in the most effective and efficient way possible to get this done. So let's continue to work on these. As I said, I'll continue to work on mine, and I'll try to get you something that will be hopefully beneficial to what we have going on overall with the introduction. And if you have any questions, any comments, any thoughts, feelings, post them below on this thread, and I'll try to get back to you and help out. And I'm enjoying getting to take a look at some of these chapters. We'll talk about them in much more detail, but make sure you provide feedback too, and then we'll talk about it in the big group when we meet up after spring break. Until then, I will talk to you through the magic of Canvas as we go on, but since this is the last time, I'll probably say it directly to you, if this is indeed direct. Have a great spring break. Enjoy whatever you're doing. I'm not expecting a ton of work to necessarily be done over spring break, because I can't obligate you toward that, but if you want to post things and continue to share ideas, that's great. I definitely want that. So thank you, everybody, for all the good work you're doing. I think we're doing something special in this class, and I look forward to seeing how that develops. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your week, and enjoy your spring.